Q&A if you need to at the end as well before we talk about the other stuff. The last thing to talk about is the 4 things that are going to affect your weight loss, okay? So your BMR, your TEF, your TEA, your NEAT. BMR is your basal metabolic rate. And I want you guys to understand this because when you understand it, you'll understand everything that's happening in the background. If you don't care, don't worry, just do what we say and you'll still get your results. BMR is basal metabolic rate. If you lay down all day and you did nothing, that's how much energy you need to keep alive. For most people, it's about 10 calories per pound of body weight. So if you're me, 95 kilos, it's probably around 2,200 calories. Okay, so that's all I need to eat if I lay in bed all day to stay alive. The problem is if you ever dip under that number from a calorie perspective, your body is going to freak the shit out. That's why crash diets don't work, because eventually your body will go, I'm not getting my basic energy needs, so fuck you, I'm going to have pizza and beer tonight. Okay? And if you try and undereat for long periods of time, as most people do when they're on diets, eventually you'll fail, eventually you'll fall off the wagon, and the ensuing rebound will be worse than if you just ate normally. That's why people gain weight on diets, because at the weekend they destroy what they've been trying to do. 4 hours on a Saturday night is probably the reason why people gain fat while trying to diet. Think about it this way, right? When you're dieting, everyone says take 500 calories off your food intake level. Yeah, everyone's kind of heard that as a general recommendation. Even if you haven't, let's go 500 calories. Over a week, that's 3,500 calories. That's about a pound of fat. Over a month, it's 2 kilos. Okay, that's great. The problem is though, if you take 500 calories Monday to Friday, that's like a 2,500 calorie deficit. Okay, you've created that, that's brilliant. Then on Saturday, what happens? You're good until about 7 or 8 o'clock, and you go, fuck, I've been good all week, I deserve a treat. Your treat's pizza and beer. Okay, you've like 5 pints, that's like 1,200 calories. You have a pizza, that's another 1,000 plus. Nobody just has 5 pints either, let's be honest, okay? You have a lot more. But let's call it 5 pints and a pizza. That's 2,500 calories. That's your entire, 5.5 days worth of dieting out the window. You've just undone everything in like a 4 or 5 hour binge period. And that's why under eating long term doesn't work, because eventually your body goes, shit, I'm out of here, time for food. And then like Sunday, you're not gonna be perfect on Sunday either. So your only challenge in the next 7 days is to get through Saturday and Sunday intact, okay? You do that by preparation, and we'll talk about that in a second. TEF is the thermic effect of food. All things being equal, protein is a lot harder to break down and digest in your body, which means it requires more energy, about 25% more than carbohydrates and fats. That means if you bias your diet towards higher protein, you'll feel fuller and you'll use more energy. Now, in the real world, that's maybe 100 to 150 calories per day, which over the course of 28 days might be good for like a pound. And that's great, every little bit counts. But where the real benefit from having a higher protein diet comes in is that you're just less likely to binge and eat shit elsewhere. Does that make sense? Okay. TEA is the thermic effect of activity. So how much activity you do and the corresponding energy expenditure off the back of that. So the more exercise you do, the more calories you burn. We all know that. In general, you'll take like 400 to 600 calories per workout. NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So everything that's not lying in bed and everything that's not training. So that's getting out of bed to go for a piss. That's cooking dinner. That's walking to the bus, and that's sitting down on the bus and getting up off the bus to walk to the office. All of that stuff is like non-exercise activity. Okay, it's activity, but you're not training. Problem here is, right, if you go, I'm gonna eat less food and I'm gonna train loads more, what do you think happens to you elsewhere? You go, like, fuck it, I'm gonna be lazy everywhere else. So if you put an extra training session in and you eat less food, your body responds by going, oh man, I'm tired, I'm just gonna stay on the couch all night. Whereas else maybe you might have got up and been a little bit more active, okay? So if you bring up too much activity too fast, it'll offset against like everything else. It's why you get lazy when you're training, it's why you're tired when you're training. So let's say you do increase exercise by 600 calories a week. You might have dropped this by a couple of hundred as well, so the actual difference isn't that big anymore. So more training and less food isn't the route to long-term success, because it just means everything else falls apart. You end up being lazy and eating loads, okay? It's typically what happens off the back of most severe diets for people, and that's why they don't work, because you're not building a structured plan around it. Does that make sense? Okay. Who's tried to lose weight before and just gained it all back, actually? I'm putting my hand up because I have to. But look, do it the right way, you won't have to worry about it. got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Okay, we've got 18 here, there's 32 signed up.